Good day, everybody. You know what's a good day? A tip collaboration day. That's a good day. Myself, Make the First Cut, Building with Brander, and Matt Juresta have got together to bring you guys all sorts of tips. So first, let's introduce you to Make the First Cut, or Chris. What's that, Chris? What do you got in your hand there, Chris?
A speed square. One of the most inexpensive and useful tools you can get for your shop. And this little guy does a lot. It does more than give you a 90 and 45 degree angle on a board. It also can act as more than an edge guide to your circular saw. I mean, it certainly does those things, but it does a heck of a lot more than that. Let me show you one cool thing that you can do with this, whether you're in or outside of your shop right now. Every speed square comes with something written right there, and the word is pivot. It's talking about the pivot point, which is the point right back here. Some of them even have a little notch there for you, which is kind of convenient, if you can tell that. But here's our dilemma. We don't have a miter saw, we're out in the field, whatever we're doing, whatever the case may be, and we need a 30-degree angle on this board. Now, if you'll notice, along the speed square, there are numbers that run the length of this right here, correct? Okay, so what you do is you take your pivot point, there's the point we want to start at, and you follow those numbers around until you get to 25, 30. And you're making your judgment on the edge of this board. So when we hit 30, which we have right there, we're at our pivot point, make your mark. You've got a 30-degree angle, and all you needed was this.
Thank you very much. That's a great tip. Fantastic to know more and more about the square. So thank you very much for that tip, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Next up to bat, Building with Brander. He's going to bring us how to quickly strengthen some joineries. So let's check this stuff out. He's using, it looks like he's got expensive epoxy there.
I'm going to take some of the dollar store epoxy that I've got. It is a 5-minute, 2-part epoxy. It's the exact same stuff that you pay $10 for at the other stores. Shop at the dollar store, guys. It saves yourself a lot of money. You get to a pinch and you need to glue 2 pieces of wood together, and you don't have a half an hour, 5 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours for something to glue and cure properly. Well, this stuff's 5-minute epoxy. You mix it for a minute or two, and then you put it on. Within, it says 5 minutes. I always give it 10 minutes myself. But after 10 minutes, the epoxy is generally stronger than the wood itself. So I'm gonna scrape one shot. Stick it on. There's a generous amount on here. I'll just quickly clamp it. So we're gonna give that, say, 10 minutes. All right. So with magic editing, here we are 10 minutes later. My guess is the wood's going to break and not the joint. So, there you have it. 10 minutes later, you've got a joint that's stronger than the wood. It's really all you can ask for.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Brander. Really appreciate the tip, and hope that helps somebody out there. Next up, running right along, we got Mr. Juresta. Matt, go ahead and let us know what sparks in your mind.
Alright, so here's a quick tip for when you're cutting metal. If you're in an indoor shop like I am, you don't want the sparks going everywhere, especially if you do woodworking and there's sawdust around. So what I do is I save 1/8-inch pieces, and I will literally screw them to the back of the workbench and make a barrier behind my metal cutting chop saw, so that the sparks, mainly, you can't capture them all, but mainly will hit this wall and fly back this way and land on the table, as compared to them going all over that way and getting in little cracks and crevices and places where there's dust, and that's how fires start.
Well, thank you very much, everybody. I really appreciate you joining me and collaborating with me with these other fine YouTube creators. I hope you got something out of these tips, and I encourage you to go down below into the show notes and click the links to see everybody else's in the collaborations video as well. Oh, I'm supposed to give you a tip too. Here's my tip. I've got a tip on storage. Usually up in the ceiling is where you'll have lots of extra spare room you don't quite use. I use it as laying rafters across, make sure they're nice and strong and in there nice and sturdy. But I run them across and I hold up wood with them, just different pieces of wood and different things, and I've got that all along. Saves all sorts of room, gets the wood out of the way, and well, that's pretty much it. For more great handy dandy tips, please check the links below, because every one of the creators who I collaborated with today also have a channel, and they also did the same thing I did, and they have other great tips.